Nio assures that its upcoming 2023 Nio ET5 premium mid-size sedan will be able to compete with the Tesla Model 3, which is now the best-selling electric vehicle in the market. The ET5 is designed to become a high-volume model in its own right, and as such, it mixes well-known brand characteristics into a smaller and more affordable vehicle. The ET5 has possibly the best handling of any Nio to date. With the extensive amount of possible customisation, it will be a real rival when it finally makes its way to Australia towards the middle of the year. So what makes the 2023 Nio ET5 so special, and how much will the Nio ET5 cost? The automotive world has witnessed a remarkable shift towards electric cars over the past few years. One brand that has caught the attention of many auto enthusiasts is Nio. The Chinese automaker has been making waves with its stunning and technologically advanced electric vehicles, and the Nio ET5 is no exception. Exterior. This 2023 Nio ET5 will be the first Nio mid-size liftback sedan. It will also be Nio's smallest and least expensive model. The company plans to begin production of vehicles with right-hand drive in 2023, and it asserts that its vehicles will be available in Australia by the end of 2025 at the latest. One of the most striking features of the Nio ET5 is its exterior design. The car is sleek, elegant and sporty all at once. At first glance, you can tell that the designers have put a lot of thought into every curve and angle of the car. The ET5 has a low profile that gives it an aggressive and sporty look, and the smooth lines further enhance the car's aerodynamic performance. The front of the car is particularly striking, with a somewhat familiar face. I don't know what Tesla will say about this. The narrow LED headlights are positioned perfectly, making the car's front end look cohesive and well balanced. Moving to the side of the car, the ET5's smooth lines and curves are a testament to the designer's attention to detail. The roofline slopes gently towards the rear, giving the car a fastback-like silhouette that's both sporty and elegant. The flush door handles and the blacked-out B-pillar add to the car's sleek look, and the large alloy wheels give it a sense of purpose and presence. What exactly is the Nio ET5 like on the inside? There are a lot of materials with a gentle touch, and the materials in general are of satisfactory quality. In addition, a substantial amount of light is allowed to enter the cabin thanks to the vast glass canopy. However, if you don't like too much light, the roofline has a button to control the blind. The front portion of the cabin has an extremely uncluttered appearance because it just has two screens across the dash. On the center console, you'll find two cup holders, a wireless phone charger, and a lockable container with a side opening compartment that contains both a Type A and Type C USB connector. The interior comes upholstered in Haptex synthetic leather. It also has a fragrance dispenser, a heated steering wheel, front seat ventilation and massaging, and heated rear seats. Even though there seems to be a significant issue with the voice assistant, the technology has been translated into English much better than certain Chinese vehicles. But for a company that places such a high priority on the customer experience, Nio needs to improve even more in this particular area. However, the Nio ET5 has a lot going for it and should be able to compete successfully with the Tesla Model 3 and other competitors in terms of quality and performance. What kind of safety features does the Nio ET5 have? The 2023 Nio ET5 has not yet been subjected to crash testing by an independent body such as NHTSA or Australia NCAP. Nonetheless, the automaker anticipates achieving the maximum possible rating of 5 stars following the testing process. It's interesting to note that the larger Nio ET7, the company's first sedan based on the NT 2.0 platform, which also serves as the foundation for the ET5, received a 5-star rating from Euro NCAP in the previous year. In some ways, the ET5 is a scaled-down version of this vehicle. The rear underbody of the ET5 is composed of a single piece of cast aluminium magnesium alloy, which according to Nio improves torsional rigidity by 10%. It also contributes to a 13 kilogram weight reduction. On the active safety side, some of the available driver assistance systems include autonomous emergency braking, AEB, lane keeping assistance, forward and rear collision warning, door opening warning, traffic light, sign recognition, blind spot warning indicators, and driver fatigue monitoring. If things take a turn for the worst, there are 7 airbags, including side airbags, air curtains, and a front center airbag, all of which are located throughout the vehicle. Nonetheless, the vehicle has a conspicuous lack of front knee airbags. What sort of technological advancements are incorporated into the Nio ET5? First, the 2023 Nio ET5 is equipped with 33 sensors. The most eye-catching component of the Aquila technology package is the watchtower housing, which contains a central LiDAR device and two 8-megapixel autonomous driving cameras at the top of the windscreen. In addition, there are 5 high-definition cameras, 4 surround view cameras, and 3-megapixel 5mm radars, 12 ultrasonic sensors, 2 high-precision positioning units, a driver monitoring system, and a V2X sensor fitted all around the vehicle. Everything is managed by a Nio Atom supercomputer that has 1016 TOPS of computing power, 4 NVIDIA Orin X central processor units, and other components. Visual information is shown on a 12.8-inch AMOLED center screen and a 10.2-inch HDR instrument panel inside the vehicle. Currently in its second version, the Nio digital cockpit is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8155 CPU. Because it is a Nio vehicle, it also comes equipped with the Nomi electronic assistance. How far can you drive on a single charge with the Nio ET5? According to China's accommodating CLTC measuring system, the basic model of the 2023 Nio ET5, which comes equipped with 19-inch wheels and a battery with a capacity of 75 kWh, has a range of 560 kilometers. In addition, the Nio has a semi-solid-state battery with a capacity of 150 kWh and a range of 1,000 kilometers. However, at the moment, it is only available for short-term rentals. DC quick charging takes 36 minutes for the 75 kWh batteries and 48 minutes for the 100 kWh batteries to attain a charge level of between 10 and 80%. However, the ET5 lacks an AC port. Increasing the vehicle's aerodynamics and shedding some weight are two of the most straightforward ways Nio has extended its range. Nio has also tried to reduce the weight by utilizing an extruded aluminium threshold, which saves an extra 8 kilograms in addition to the single-piece rear underbody. This accomplishment is noteworthy. The ET5 now has a better drag coefficient compared to the Model 3. How easy is it to maneuver the Nio ET5 around corners? Although it has somewhat slower acceleration, the ET5 has a more athletic feel to it. It has a weight distribution of 50-50 front to back, and in comparison to its older brother or sister, it drives far more deftly when maneuvering through traffic. The shift in weight distribution to the vehicle's rear wheels appears to have had a beneficial effect on both the behavior and performance of the vehicle. Even though it takes the compact car 4 seconds longer to accelerate from 0 to 100 km per hour than the ET7, the smaller sedan gives the impression of being speedier. Another area that has seen tremendous progress is the steering. With the first generation of Nio vehicles, the steering did not produce adequate sensation unless it was set to Sport Plus. Despite this, even when operating in the comfort mode, the ET5 did not feel overly light and foggy. With the custom mode, you can choose between the comfort, standard, and steady steering. In addition, there is a sport mode and an eco mode. The driving mode considerably influences the level of braking regeneration, which can be extremely low or standard. The front and rear multi-link suspensions make for a comfortable ride, and it is clear that Nio made significant efforts to lessen the vehicle's level of harshness, noise, and vibration. Price. During the company's preparations to go up against the best-selling Tesla Model 3 in Australia and other developed markets where electric vehicles are gaining ground, the Nio ET5 is one of the models that should be watched closely. This will likely end up being the most important model for the organisation. The ET5 has an MSRP of $69,730. In Australia, the Tesla Model 3 now begins at a base price of $63,900 plus transportation costs for the single-motor rear-wheel drive sedan. This price rises to $76,900 for the dual-motor long-range model and $89,900 for the performance flagship model, so the ET5 has already given itself a head start. Compared to other manufacturers, Nio stands out because most of its cars are not categorized into trim levels. The base model is completely loaded, and you have the option of adding several different packages to it. That's all from this video. What do you think of this vehicle? See you at the next one.